So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on education. And the reason this is so important is because what you know of is comes about from what is put in. Okay, we actually had an awesome speaker come in and share that with our group a couple of weeks ago. So it is really important to know what is going in and what we are accepting as truth. All right, so here's history. Who knows the history of the schooling system? Does anybody know? Pop your hands up if you know the history of the schooling system. So. Okay, I'm gonna just give a bit of a wrap to give you an idea about where this came from. So at the turn of the century, you will remember they had plagues. Okay, so way back when, you used to develop your career by you would have your parents would be doing something and you would follow your mum or dad around in whatever they did. So let's just say, and commonly it was boys, but it could have been both. Okay, so we're not just going to sort of say it's one side. You would, as a young boy, you would see whatever your dad did. Let's just say your dad was a fisherman. You would actually go to work with your dad when you were old enough to, hold a broom, okay? And you just follow your dad to work and you would just hang around. Then you would sweep, the boat. And then you'd be given a little bit more responsibility and you might hook on the bait or fill up the nets. Then you'd be given a little bit more responsibility and you might run one of the ships in his fleet, until eventually you had apprenticed your way up and you had apprenticed your way forward into a career. And that was what you did. And then little girls would follow their mum around to learn about whatever mum did. And commonly it was around the home. So they would follow their mum around in the home and they'd learn, here, put this little bit of flour in and you'd mix that up, or we'd put this into this is how you carry the sticks for the fireplace, whatever it was. Okay, I know I'm being very general here, but the point I'm trying to make is that, one second, I've got kids and they're learning. What did you want?
We're looking for the keys.
Sorry, no can do. So they're looking for the keys because they're 11 and 14 and they want to drive the car. If you've got an issue with that, take it up with Roads and Maritime, all right? Okay, let's get back on track. So you're a young kid and you want to learn something, you follow mum or you follow dad, until eventually you are standing on your own 2 feet and you knew what you needed to do. So if you were the fisherman, you would end up having a fleet of your own because you had just apprenticed your way through and you learned your career. Okay, that was back then. And then the plagues came. Okay, there were 2 things that happened. The plagues came and the turn of the century, and we came out of the industrial age. Okay, they're the 2 things that we went into the industrial age. So what that means is when the plagues happened, society had a problem. Oh dear, there's all these children now who don't have a mum and dad. They are, orphans. Who is going to apprentice these children forward? Okay, that is a real problem that they had back then. And it was a problem for society.